TaeVi's podcast.
Y'all in my dreams, dog.
Song of the week, Great White Capital Ray Dreams. Special guest, founder of Young and Wealthy, LALA Mitchell.
Man, she on my mind like every day, love her in every way. That pretty face, that pretty smile, she got the perfect shape. And anything I let her hold, I know it's someone safe. She say she caught up in my love, she just won't get away. I scoop her up, come see her, that's like every day. We got a bond, we holding on, yeah, we getting strong. The streets been talking, so she know a nigga get it on. She just won't be under me, she be like fuck a phone. I just won't be under her, and prove I'm not a dog. But when I'm in the streets, them girls see me and they call. There ain't nothing, I don't want you think that I'm bucking. And it's only right, I tell you, every time I see you, I love you. Cause the next time ain't promise, and a lot of hoes ain't honest. Just keep it real, no drama. Never thought it'd be like this. My nigga me running the streets like this. Say, babe, you see this shit? You all up in my dreams. If you ain't here, I can't sleep like this for real. As I wake up every moment, even through the storms, when I'm going through the worst, she right here in my arms. I can't even picture that one day I ain't with you. Riding like the pimp up, bust in the room, say it's a stick up. You stick to the scripture, plus you be swinging through the fisher. You cool with my niggas, do drives off and you do pick up. Make sure filling clips up, cause she know one thing I can't slip up. You ride with your nigga, them boss bitches, put your hands up. Make your nigga stand up, make him feel it. I bet he man up, gotta feed him good, treat them good, and count them bands of haters, they can't stand us. Put their nose up when we walk past them, looking at them laughing. Yeah, swag, I'm talking classic, fully automatic. Gotta told it, I gotta have it, cause these bitch niggas, they won't kill me. I'm living legend, weapon, I'm just flashing. Them fake hoes, they get abandoned, but you still landing. I love you with everything, give me.
Now, once again, Capital Ray Dream Song of the Week, and we're approaching 2023.
Yes.
And I think you're one of the first, I would say, business owners on the platform. Well, with your type of business, because your type of business is different. But before we get to this, if y'all tuning in on YouTube, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all on Apple Music, all the podcast platforms, leave us a review. But special guest again, LALA Mitchell, a.k.a. LALA.
Yes.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to answer whatever.
2023 is approaching.
Yes.
How has your 2022 been so far?
My 2022, in all honesty, I feel like this is the first year where I really just created stability for myself. Okay. And throughout my business, so I have no complaints about 2022. Okay. I actually like this year, and I was grateful for like the outcome of it. Okay.
Now, with the Young and Wealthy platform and brand, this was established in 2017?
Yes.
Okay. Where did this idea come from you?
So the idea came from, honestly, okay, so it's a quick short story. So I was working at this restaurant. Okay. And so I had just been like feeling like I wanted to create something, but I was one, like when I was coming up, I always felt like I didn't really have like a purpose, like such as knowing how to do hair, makeup, nails. All of my friends around me, they were like talented in that aspect, but I never was. So I always would just be like the friend that they call when they needed like advice, needed help. So I didn't even know that that was like a talent. I didn't know that that was a purpose. All right. So at the time, I was just trying to discover my purpose, and I was working at the spot, and I got fired from the spot. So me getting fired, it was just like completely like just out the blue for no reason. I was about to ask what you got fired for. Yeah, it was just like some random, like it was random as fuck. So we could curse on you? Yeah, do your thing. So it was very random, and so I just like I went in my room and I just like I beat myself up about it for a long time. Not a long time, maybe like 2 or 3 days. Like Because when I do something, like, I devote myself to it. So I'm like, what the hell could I have possibly did?
Like betrayed or some shit.
Yeah, I literally felt betrayed. So I had always had like a relationship with God, but I just like locked in. Like, I started praying. I'm like, God, just, help me find my purpose. Like, I don't want to live like this. Like, I don't want to have to just keep going like from jobs to jobs, like putting my all into it. And then like one little thing, and then my whole life is falling apart in front of my face. So I just started praying and writing. And like within like 2 months, I came across, like, I just came up with some stuff. And I was like, okay, I want to help people. Like, how can I help people? Okay. And so I just pretty much found the solution to my own problem. And I started my brand, Young Wealth, which connects entrepreneurs from all around the world. All right. So that was like pretty much how I got into.
Now, we're saying that when I went on your website, you said you connect everybody. I read y'all, yours, is this a mission statement or something?
It's like
when you click on the website, it says, our goal at Young Wealth is to encourage entrepreneurs around the world to keep going and giving them a platform to do so. We believe that there's enough wealth for everybody to eat, win, and succeed when we show you our tools on how to. Our mission is to continue to develop a space for entrepreneurs not only feel seen and heard, but to also grow and expand their company through our company. So what does your company offer for other entrepreneurs to come to?
So we first started off in 2017. I wasn't even selling apparel. So this is our apparel. It's just like real simple. It's more so for branding. Like, we're branding a company. Right. So I like to say we because it's an actual company now. Right. But I was just strictly putting together events for other entrepreneurs. So I started the website, and it started off with like 10 people. So I had 10 people in different fields. I had like 2 or 3 hairstylists, makeup artists, lash techs. I had artists on there that draw, people that rap, people that sing. Everybody. And so I started off with 10 people, and I had them on a website. So they would pay me $5.99 a month. Okay. So I started off with 10 people paying me $5.99 a month, and then the business, it started to grow. Other people were like, okay, I want my business to be on this platform. So with the $5.99 a month, I would send out like weekly emails. So like, let's say you were on our
newsletter.
A newsletter, like just blasting like, hey, TaeVi Visual, he has openings this week. If you guys want to, so it started off like that. So I was like, I need to put together an event for these vendors, because it just felt like I wasn't doing enough. All right. Especially starting it and being here in New Orleans, I feel like our city at the time, especially, it just didn't have that push in that space for entrepreneurs. Yeah. So I did my very first event with the 10 vendors that I had on a website, and it was like phenomenal. It was like a lot of people showed up. People like made money. Like, they paid me, I believe I charged for my first event, I charged like $150 to $175 per vendor spot. Okay. And they made, like, all of the vendors at least made like $1,000 plus back.
So it was all good.
Yeah. So from there, I just started to create the events. And so that's me giving the entrepreneurs a platform to push and promote their services, because a lot of people, they might have like merchandise or whatever, like products that they're sitting on, and that can be very discouraging. Like, you have over $1,500 worth of products that you're sitting on, and you don't know what to do. So I kind of created that space and just took it from New Orleans to Houston to Atlanta and just spread out doing it like that. Okay. So
now, with doing that, is it, you say you charge $5.99 like a subscription? Did that go up from 2017? Is it higher now for businesses?
So, fun fact, I actually stopped. So I stopped doing it. If you don't mind for me, like, to deviate a little bit.
Do you think?
Yeah. So I stopped doing it, and I would say like maybe 2020 when the pandemic came, because it just felt like everything just came down on me mid-pandemic, because literally from 2017 to 2020, I was like doing events like spread out. So by the time 2020 came, I just thought I thought I was just about to just run it up.
But it shut a lot of stuff down.
So March came, and then the pandemic, so I just had to like totally refocus. I shut the website down, and that's how I discovered like doing the clothes and stuff. So I I always do this. I be forgetting why I'm talking.
It's all good. I asked you about the $5.99 subscription.
Oh yeah, so I just recently rebranded and put back the subscription on a website because I had just solely like got away from e-commerce, and I was just trying to like rebrand and like find my exact focus and what I really needed to like focus on with my brand. So now it's still $5.99, but it makes more sense because it's more people. So, you know.
So when someone comes to you, is it just do you promote any brand on like your website, or they have to be like a certain status
no,
somewhere in there? Can I be a brand new business and be like, I want to be on Young and Wealthy website?
Yeah, so during that time where we like when I was trying to like refocus and figure out what exactly was like my brand target, the target is actually new business owners. Right. So it's, you know, if you're already established entrepreneur, you can of course still participate, but our main target audience is people who just don't know where to start, and then they do start and they need that platform. So that would be the perfect person to join our website. Okay,
when did you take it to the next level? So 2017, you say you got it started after you got fired. When was could you say you was about to run it up? You thought you was gonna run it up 2020. So between 2018 and 2019, I'm assuming you had a lot of progress during that time. So how was that during those years before COVID?
So before COVID, I was in school. I was in college at Texas Southern University from 2015 to 2019. So after I got fired from the spot where I was telling you about, I was still working. I worked 2 jobs while I was in college, and then I was still working on my business. So I never really felt like I can fully commit to my business
until it started making money.
Even like it was making money during the events, but I just had so much on my plate. I just couldn't see my business funding my lifestyle at the time because I just couldn't. So in 2020, once I started like really seeing, like after I discovered, okay, I can sell this apparel, I posted like a mock-up of something and like people went crazy. So I'm like, man, I gotta get, you know,
I need the real thing.
Like that was the real example of like God doing everything for a reason, because that just redirected me into a whole nother stream of income pretty much. And so by July of 2020, I ended up, I revamped the website, put it back up, and I added the apparel. And so that was my first time making like money, like digital. And that's a whole nother, I mean, I was making it doing the $5.99, but that wasn't really much of nothing, but just with the apparel, right? So I'm like, I made like 2,000 in 20 minutes. I think I mentioned it. And that was just like amazing to me. Like some entrepreneurs who are like, you know, higher up, they be making $1 million an hour. And like, I just
selling out instantly.
Right. I was very like grateful to make that, because, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't really, you believe, but you don't think
you
other
gotta
people
see it
really.
A lot, right? So you gotta see it.
When I saw that, I was like, this is it. Like, no matter if it's ups and downs, like I gotta stick with it.
Okay. So making that, when you saw that come through, what was your like first thing reaction when you looking at the online?
Thank you, God. For real, I was just like, thank you, Lord, because
did you have enough inventory for that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did.
All right.
Yep.
Now, after COVID was crazy the year. A lot of businesses went under during COVID. Small businesses, and a lot of they had a lot of loans. I'll say. Did you get a PPP loan for Young and Wealthy?
No, I didn't. And it's crazy because I tried. That was a real like that was a crazy part of my life, because I tried 3 times, and the crazy thing about it is they have on record that I got something, and I want the world to know that I did not get anything. Like everybody around me, they got the PPP. I was like so upset because at the time I was like, really, like you had to be there. Like one of my friends who we were like in a progress together, like the cutoff date was June 28th, and she and I were like both waiting, and I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm about to use this money, flip this for that. And she wrote me. She was like, I got it. She called me. She was like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, God, I know I'm up next. Like, I know it's coming. Next thing you know, I would say about like an hour later, I got their rejection email. And I just like, I swear to God, like I I was so broke around that time because
I was banking on it.
I was banking on it. And from June 28th, my birthday is July 16th. From June 28th to July 16th, I don't know how, but I ran up I had to run up like $10,000 to $15,000. I just went to hustling because I was so mad at myself for I waited for that from January to June 28th. So in between that time, I was still doing stuff with my business, but in my head, I was like, I'll catch up later. Like, you know, I'm about to get
I ain't going hard as I should be because I know I got this money coming in.
But that taught me a valuable lesson. Like, you can't, nothing is promised until it's in your hands.
Exactly.
So no, I didn't get any loans.
Okay, so after that, how you say they still got you getting one though? How do you get that off?
I don't know. It's a way that you have to it's a lot. Like, I think you gotta mail, but
yeah, they know stuff that people really don't want to do.
Right.
Mail
shit. Yeah. So
all right, but after that, what was the process after COVID? Yeah, I don't want to say after because of course it's still going on, but the big old wave of COVID, I should say. What was the process for the business after that?
So my business actually, I know you said a lot of people business suffered. My business, so March 2020 COVID happened. And then by July 2020, I launched the website. So I had another one of my partners that I was working with. He and we had got a suite. We got a suite to work out of. So we got the suite from July to November. Okay. And so I was just still strictly online, but people were picking up. It was flowing. I was grateful for it. So I'm I got to keep this going. So by the time November came, he just wasn't really feeling it because I don't know why. He just was we had it for 3 months. We wanted to see how it was going to work out. And he was he just...
Wasn't enough traffic for him?
It wasn't enough traffic for him, I guess, yeah. So he just stopped. So I was before that, we were working out of his house. He had a room about this size. So we were printing and pressing the t-shirts out of this house. And I'm I know I can't do that. And so I just... my go-to for everything when I'm in a tight spot, I just pray because they say prayer is very powerful. And since I've been using it, I've noticed that it really is. So I just prayed. I'm God, I just, just help me find a spot to where I can just keep things going. Okay. So November, I would say by December 2nd, my bad. By December 2nd, I was driving up Chapatoulas and I spotted this, storefront building. Vacancy? Yeah. Okay. And so I called the number and the owner and I we arranged some things and then from there I got my own spot. Okay. And so it was up from there. After that it was
it's time to go. All right. When you get a retail spot for your own, can you decorate it and add stuff that you want to it?
Yeah, you can do for that. Well, from my experience, the landlord that I was working with, he didn't really care, but I've talked to other people and they stated sometimes, you can't change the colors of the wall. You can't, but I just kept it real simple when I had it because I just didn't want to, go around anybody else's. Okay. Stuff, yeah.
All right. Now Young and Wealthy, is it with an O or a U? Cause yours, I think your page got a U and business page has a O. Which one is it?
So I'm Young and Wealthy without the O.
All right.
Because it's cool and cliche to have the YUNG.
Okay.
So that's me, but the brand is Young with an O. Okay. And so the website, when I first got the domain, youngwealth.com, it's without an O as well. Okay. I don't know why I did that. I thought that I wanted the company to be without an O, but once I really realized okay, this is going to be $1 million corporation. Right. You without I wanted it to look
classy look.
Yeah. So
the regular O. Okay. I want to we talked a little bit about the brand, but I want to talk about you as a person and how did you become this business owner? And are you from New Orleans?
I'm from New Orleans, yeah.
Okay. How was it growing up in New Orleans? Or how is it growing up in New Orleans?
Honestly, growing up in New Orleans, it was on some don't let the looks and the pretty face fool you because I've really seen a lot. I've been through a lot, but I don't know. I still love New Orleans. I love the city, but I just don't see myself here in the future. All right. Because it's just, I don't know, it's just more bigger. Life. Yeah, it's more life. It's Yeah, so
you hear a lot of people say that. When growing up in middle school and high school, what kind of kid were you?
I was always very quiet, shy, timid, humble, sweet, and like if I did say something, like it was like something that you probably was thinking like you might like it, but the other person might not. Like I'm always saying what people is thinking. Like I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind, but I don't speak often, if that makes sense.
Okay. Did you see yourself being in this role in high school or in college? Did you see yourself making something like this? What did you see for yourself before being a business owner? What you thought you was gonna be, planned on being?
In high school, I was like, when you do the what you call it at the end of the year, you have to do like a career career field, like
something you think you gonna where you want to be at.
So I thought that I was gonna be a what you call it? Well, I went to school for pharmacy at first, and then I was doing. I thought I was gonna be an engineer.
Okay, what kind?
I forgot.
Once
I started thinking about my business, that all that was
all that went away, huh?
But yeah, I went to school. I was planning to be an engineer at first, and then I went to school to be for pharmacy. But I'm not really too good at math, so I was like, you know what? I have to do what I want to do. Like I was doing that for my mama, my grandma. You know, they were like nursing, pharmacists. They always gonna have money, but as an entrepreneur, you know, it's harder, but you always gonna have money too. You just gotta plan and keep going. Yeah.
Okay. In college, so did you go to college for engineering or business?
No, so I actually went to college for psychology.
Okay.
I switched it like my third year.
All right.
And I went for psychology, and then it was like my second year, and I felt safe in that field because I was like learning about myself. I was learning about other people. I was learning about the human brain and
stuff that's gonna be helpful for you.
Yeah, day to day life.
Okay. How was college at TSU in Houston? Leaving New Orleans, going to another state.
It was like the best experience ever. College itself, TSU was like more so like a high school type of feel.
Yeah, Drake got a song called TSU. Yeah. It's a real popular university.
But I didn't really, like I met like maybe 2 or 3 friends that I didn't really do what I was supposed to do in college as far as like, you know, the college like experience. Okay. Because I just was always so focused about Young Wealth, like working for Young Wealth, like as if it was like a child, like just pushing it. So I just was like, I would go out, you know, in the Houston nightlife. But when it came to like college parties and stuff, it was very rare. Like I just went to the first TSU homecoming this year. As an alumni. You
ain't go none in school, huh?
I went my last year and then this year,
All right. Since Houston, a lot of people like to think of Texas and Louisiana, I'll say, as close cousins. What's the difference between Houston and New Orleans? Or is there a difference?
It's very much so a difference. So I still be back and forth from Houston to New Orleans. Okay. And so, like, I'd come home. So I'm in Houston actually on the weekends. I told you I was coming back from out of town. So I come home, like, literally to readjust, rest. But Houston is like, the minute I touch down in the city of Houston, like, I'm on go because the people, you know, they encourage you. Like, they really getting to it out there. Like, it ain't even just about money. Like, it's like people who are really like setting their future up the right way, doing the right things. And it's like, it's very encouraging. It's inspiring. And I don't feel like, I feel less than there in a good way. Okay. So
you feel like, I kind of get what you're saying. You feel less than, but you don't feel less than like shit. Everybody just, it's because a lot of people are at a good stage and they're pushing towards something bigger.
So it make me want to push,
Right, understand it. Now, I want to touch on social media as well because social media is a big thing. It's a lifesaver for a lot of businesses, and it's a detriment for a lot of people. Right. How has social media benefited Young and Wealthy and yourself?
So if you look at the analytics of like on my profile, most of my referrals and like profile clicks come from Instagram. All right. So I would say like maybe like 50% of it is like direct traffic, like people are actually typing it in. And then the other half is like people are seeing it via social media. Okay. So Instagram has definitely helped my business like a lot.
Okay. The Young and Wealthy team, how did you develop a team of people you could trust with your brand and things like that?
I would say just really just being open and honest with people. Like when I first started like looking for people to help me, I assured, because a lot of people think, when you are an entrepreneur, that you just have money. And it's literally,
it ain't that.
It's literally not like that. Like, we really trying to get
consistent money.
So for me, I just really, like, the people that I do have that work with me, I just was straight up honest with them. I'm like, this brand is going to be a multi-million-dollar company.
Okay.
But I can start you off, like, giving you this. So I started off, like, just giving apparel. Like, at the time, that's all I had to give was apparel. Right. And then once I started, making money, I set a rate. So I was able to pay them something, and then so on and so forth. So it kind of was just a thing to where, like, the people, because some people, they don't want no hoodie and a T-shirt. Right. Like, they want to get paid. Salary, right? So I was just able to just determine, like, and I don't knock those people, because I probably wouldn't want to go to nobody and he's telling me they going to start me off just giving me a hoodie, or, But if it's somebody and you see their vision, you gonna work with it. So I'm just very thankful that.
I'm glad you said that, because this kind of like a popular topic on social media right now. Really? Kind of like off topic, but Glorilla and Summer Walker, with them paying personal assistance. I think Glorilla rate was $550, and I forgot what Summer Walker was. I think it was like, I don't know, like $2,000 a month or something. And a lot of people, I was like, how people gonna live on $550? How people gonna live on $2,000 a month? And a lot of people on the other side are like, it's an opportunity though for you to be around certain people who have money, and just you can network with people. Where you stand on that side? I'm
on that side, the side where it's the opportunity and you can network with people. Cause shit, I was even thinking about it. I'm like, let me try to hit up Glorilla, because that's a great opportunity. And people, they really like, well, not they. Some people, like you said, it's people that's on this side of the fence, and it's people that's on the other side of the fence. Most people, they don't want to be the worker. Right. And you have to be cool with being the boss, the worker, the janitor, the second, like, playing all those roles. So when you put your pride and your ego to the side and you take out the number 550 and just max out the possible opportunities that you can get from, nobody's saying that you got to sign a life contract over to being Glorilla's assistant. Exactly. You could do it for 2 to 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, and see how you like it. And you might, you might end up being way more than 550 a week. If you go up there and do the job and you prove yourself to be valuable, then like more than 550, I'm sure it's more opportunity on the week doing stuff like that. Okay, now I got some cards right here. It's a little bit to unwind. It's a relationship debates cards. Okay. It's just to get my guests a little bit, I guess, let the supporters see a different side of the LALA, of the business of you. So we're going to ask a few questions. If you don't want to answer a couple, just don't answer a couple. All right. You cool? I'm cool, yeah.
All right, let's go. All right. After dating your significant other for a year, you find out they have a child they never told you about. What happens next?
That's crazy, because I always, like, imagine myself being in those type of situations.
You imagine yourself in them?
Not imagine, but I be just thinking, like, what the hell would I would do? And I, like, my mind said that I would want to, like, kill everybody. All right. But in my heart, I probably would just have to, like, really just take that L and really, like, just go on about my life.
Does a guy have a chance after that?
No, not with me.
No? Okay. Let me go to another one. So it's a no.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
You're married and your spouse tells you that they slept around while you were dating. Would this change anything?
He married.
Tough what?
I feel like it definitely would, but if they're telling it to me, okay, I gotta respect it, and I just probably would have to really see, like, where I could go from there. But it definitely, like, the trust would be broken, so it'd be a lot of rebuilding, and once my trust is gone, it's like
it's tough to get it back.
It's very tough to get it back. So
okay, what are some things a man can do after something like that though to build trust back?
You gotta probably
You gotta move the earth, huh?
Yeah, you gotta get this person. I don't know. You gotta move the earth for real. But
you gotta kill her.
That's what I wanted to say. They had a meme that said that if you say you don't talk to her, then shoot her. Then
right. Yeah.
I don't want to be that person. But in my head, that's who I am. But when I think about stuff like logically, I be like, people are human. Everybody make mistakes. I'm not perfect. The person not perfect. So I feel like it'll be a way that you probably can go around it, especially if you really love the person. So.
Okay. Is cheating a mistake or it's something you do deliberate?
I feel like it's a mistake sometimes. And then most times it's something that's done like deliberately. Gotcha.
What's an example of a mistake cheating?
You don't agree, huh?
No. I'm just asking. I'm not on either side right here.
I feel like it can be something to where like
man or woman? It's something that you'll forgive your guy for. It seemed like a mistake.
I don't know. Maybe just like I don't know. Maybe I should have never said this. I should never say.
Think so?
Yeah. What you think?
A mistake. I think it depends on where you at in life.
Yeah.
Your age. I think it depends on age. Like if you young, okay, cool. It can be a mistake, but once you get like to a certain age where we both adults, I don't think it's a mistake because you took your time out to do it. You had to avoid me, lie to me, do stuff like that. Right. But young, when you ain't just thinking of nothing, you just, I guess what they say, having fun. Right. It could be a mistake, but once you get older and you develop your own reasons and your own logical things, it took too much for you to do all that. So it depends on where you're at in age to me. All right, we're going to do a couple more. We're going to try to stay off the significant other ones. A woman is receiving child support, but her child is well taken care of. So she uses the money to buy nice things for herself. Is that appropriate? Explain.
How do they know the child well taken care of, though?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel
it's just the call. I don't know.
I'm weak. I feel like some women do abuse the financial support from the child support, but at the end of the day, like a lot of these men, like when they aren't in a child's life, right? That's a burden on a woman. It's like that, that's a lot itself. So I feel like whatever that woman want to do, as long as that child is being well taken care of, like you said, then so be it.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Like as I got older, like the money, I used to look at like, damn, he paying that much money in child support. Right. But now that I have a kid, right, I would see if I would remove myself from this situation, like the kid, and it's just a single mother, I'd be like, it'd be hard when I'm in here by myself with my baby. It'd be like, damn, you need a break. Yeah. So I see why they be paying all that money because a nanny is needed. Like literally. A single mother, that's tough. Yep. All right, last one. I'm gonna let you pick this one. You can pick which one you want.
All right, let's see. The lucky one. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your significant other becomes religiously devout and they don't want the children to celebrate Christmas because of their new beliefs. How would you handle this?
Okay, you talk a lot about you putting your life in to God, praying more. What you think about that?
So it's crazy because I feel like I'm at that cross path right now with myself because I believe in like religion, I believe in like spirituality, all that. But Christmas, like the holidays are fake. Right. So that's where I'm at. And like my mom and them, they like, girl, you gonna come over here and celebrate Christmas and New Year's and all that. But
we at the same space right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's like for example, like I still want my boyfriend to give me a Christmas gift. But I don't want it to be like
Merry Christmas. You want to be like,
here you go. Pretty much. And I feel like when I do have kids, like I'm not gonna like force that on them. Like I'm not gonna force those holidays on them. Like I just want to always create a safe space. Like it just shouldn't be on Thanksgiving on the 25th of December. You know,
it should be regular.
I feel like it should be So I would agree with however my person want to. You know, as long as it's like not. They won't sit in a dark room or like nothing too crazy. Like.
All right, you the parent who go tell your children the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus fake. I'm probably
gonna let them believe it up until like I ain't gonna spoil it for them.
Okay.
But I don't want to contradict myself because I
Tooth fairy and everything.
Yeah. Like I want them to experience that, but
at a certain age, you let them know. All right, Daddy and Mama got these gifts for y'all. All right, I want to get more to the Young and Wealthy brand because right now we like I said we about to end off 2022. How has the brand been treating you 2022? You said it's been a good year for you and you found stability. Is that financial stability, emotional stability, just life stability period, or all three?
I would say financial stability.
Okay.
I did find emotional stability as well. Just all three, but my main focus this year was just financial stability.
Okay.
So I did have a rough patch. So I mentioned the store to you. So I don't have the store anymore.
Okay.
So July of this year, that was like what one would probably think is like my downfall of the year.
Okay.
And honestly, I thought it was too at first. But like I said, it's like everything happens for a reason because the way it worked out, like I moved from the store, got it December 2020, moved July of 2022 due to the owner, his own personal reasons. He just wanted his building back for whatever reasons. I didn't question it. You know, that was his space. So I just
took it on the chin.
You know, took it on the chin. And then it was right before my birthday. And it was kind of sort of like the first situation I mentioned with the job.
Okay.
And so I didn't understand. I called my friend. I was crying. And she was like, LaLa, like, why are you crying? She was like, this happened to you every time. Every time this happened, God, you know, he blessed you even more. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. Went on my birthday trip. I enjoyed myself. And then I came back. August was like kind of hard for me because it was like reality was sitting in. Because I was really, you know, creating my stability with the store. I was doing pop-up shops every week. So I was like really... I was eating, but I was still like I was having to reinvest. So I was just like right before that, I was just seeing like some type of profit.
Okay.
So August, I was like kind of depressed, and then I got back straight. Like September, October, I just started rebranding for my website, and like now I'm strictly online. So as I mentioned before, I was like that at first, and when I got the storefront, I really was just supposed to use it to just work and ship, but by it had that storefront feel, I'm like, I'm about to just make it out of a store. Okay. So I feel like when I did that, I went a whole nother way, which I should have just stayed in the e-commerce lane, which I was already in. Okay. So now it's like, I'm just back in that lane, and I'm happy because like, it's like, I see my profit. I don't have to like, it's just a lot that came with the brick and mortar. So
it's less. It should be less cost though, right? Without you don't have to pay a rent each month to the store.
At first, it was less cost, but I was making the money. So once I started making that money from the store, I had stopped promoting online like within the past year. So it was like when August came, like my profit went down like literally to about like little to nothing, pretty much. So I'm like, I gotta figure it out. Like I gotta, get the website back running. And so once I did that, it's like, I'm not really spending that now. I'm just...
Okay. So when that happens, when the storefront goes down, you say you have to rebrand. Who do you go to? Do you sit in the room by yourself and map it out yourself? How do you get that done?
Yeah, that's what I do. I have a book. I call it my $1 million sketchbook. And I write. So I have this book called, a journal called God is My CEO. Okay. So I start my morning off by like just writing in that. And it has like just different prompts like, Lord, today I thank you for, and then forgive me for, and then dear God. And, I express my feelings to him. And then I, like when I do that, I kind of get like a feel of like where to start my day at or what I need to do. And then I pull out my sketchbook. And then if I'm already working on a project, I'll just continue to, scratch things off the list. Or if I'm starting on one, I'll just brainstorm and just always write things down because I like to go back and see, the progress. So, yeah, I would just sit in a room. Sometimes I go to the park, a cafe, just wherever I feel.
It's like a movie. Go to the park, the cafe, the coffee shop, get in the coffee, get your laptop out. All right, what do you see? I guess, where do you see Young Wealth? Because you say multi-million business. How do you scale to become a multi-million business? Multi-million dollar business?
Just So I'll give y'all a tip. So this is like a real. I sat down with this man. He's like a millionaire.
Okay, we getting exclusive here. All right, let me
billionaire.
tune in.
He close to being a billionaire, and my uncle introduced me to him. My uncle, who I'm talking about, he gave me the name for Young Wealth. Okay. So I had all ideas. I just didn't know what to call it, and he's like a mastermind. So he had like just different businesses lined up. He like, Young Wealth sound like it will fit the criteria of, so one of his friends, he's an entrepreneur. He said he's been an entrepreneur for like a long time, just gave me his whole backstory. He and I and my uncle, we all went out to dinner, and he introduced affiliate marketing to me. Okay. So I don't know if you heard of affiliate marketing? Yeah. So I never thought about doing affiliate marketing in my own company. I was thinking about being an affiliate marketer for like Amazon or like, somebody else. So when he showed it to me and broke it down on like how it's helped his business, I was like, I have to implement this. So I did it. Like I implemented it starting from once I redid it in my website in August. And like, I'm talking about people from like, when I say global, I'm just experiencing that global feel, because people from like Jamaica, Japan, Australia, just from me having people from different parts of the world sign up to be affiliate marketing. I pay them a percentage. So if you sell a $60 hoodie, you get 20% of that. Okay. But if it's a person who could like sell 10 to 20 hoodies, they getting, a percentage, and I'm getting my money too. And they in New York, they might know people in China. So it's like, that's how I plan on scaling it. Just growing my affiliate marketing team. Okay, so
for the people who don't know what affiliate marketing is, like she just explained, it's basically like if I was on here and if I'm on here on the TaeVi podcast and I'd be like, Young and Wealthy sponsoring this, go to our website, go grab a couple hoodies, grab that, and put my link put TaeVi 20 or something. Right. You'll know it came from my audience. So I get some of that sale off the hoodie. Yes. All right. So how that been working for you?
So it's been working. It worked out really well. So I ran a test for Black Friday. Okay. And so for Black Friday, I did really well. The only thing about online, you have to be like strategic with everything. Okay. So like with the pop-up shops, when I had the store, I used to could just be like, oh, Friday, I'm doing a pop-up shop. Y'all pull up. But with the website, it's like, everything has to be strategic, because if I don't have stuff in store and then people, come run it up on a website, then that's a whole nother problem. Right. So it worked, but I just, like, I'm really just, as of now, like I did pretty good for Black Friday. So now I'm just taking the time out instead of always just trying to, push and plan.
You're trying to get ready for the next big day, which is probably Christmas or New Year's coming up. Yeah. So when you got rid of the shop, what do you make your inventory at now?
So I have it's like a little small studio space. Okay. And most of my stuff, so I've been like getting a lot of it custom. Like I haven't really been pressing it myself. All right. So I just keep my inventory like at the studio space. If I gotta like ship or mail some off, I do it from there. Okay. Yeah.
Also on the website and your Instagram page, you have a raffle going on right now. Tell the people about the raffle.
So the raffle, it's a $10 raffle. You pay $10. You get a $100 Visa gift card. You also get a $100 Young Wealth gift card. So you can purchase any service off of our website, any product, any apparel. You also get free AirPods and then a free Young Wealth hoodie of your choice.
Dang, so you mean to tell me if I want to give you $10, I get all that? That's like $500 worth of stuff.
It's like $500 worth of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, and you came up with it by yourself?
Yeah.
So you don't get no help?
No.
Dang. That's tough. Also, I seen you have a book. It's Making It Happen and Get Shit Done. Where you came up with that from?
Just procrastinating. I wrote something, like I had an essay to do when I was in high school, and it was on procrastination. And I ran by that like in 2019, and everything that I wrote then, I was still experiencing now. Okay. And that's like one of my things. I don't like to be stuck. Like I graduated high school in 2015, so I'm like, wow, 2015 to 2019, that's a 4-year time span, and I'm still talking about the same stuff. So I just kind of like reinvented it and like actually implemented the stuff that I was talking about in my book in my day-to-day life. So I thought that, other people might suffer with procrastination too, and turns out a lot of people are procrastinators. So yeah, so it was
okay. What are some things that L'Oreal does outside of her business that somebody wouldn't know? Some hobbies you have?
I like to read a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like to write. I like to draw.
You should be an author then, right?
Yeah,
You should be an author.
I don't know. Like I like going out every now and then, like with my friends.
Okay.
Like I gotta have just one crazy fun
out
night out the month at least. But for the most part, I'm real. Like people really think that I'm just like always out turning up. For the most part, half of the time I'm inside. I'm a real homebody. I'm a Cancer, so they say like our sign is like we really are crabs. Like I go into my shell and I don't want to be bothered with nobody until I won't be bothered. So
makes sense.
I like to just focus on myself, like in that time, that time period, and do things to enhance myself. Like I'm just always trying to evolve.
Okay. Who are some people who inspire you in the business world?
Milano.
Okay.
I will always like say her. I don't know if you know her. You know Milano? So she's a entrepreneur. She has a clothing brand. She's from Philly.
Okay.
A lot of people know her from being Meek's baby mama, but I knew her before. Well, I didn't know her personally. I followed her via Instagram before that, and she's literally like been on her grind like way before she was known to be that. And once she got with him, he just, he of course boosted her brand, but she's been like just. Like, I remind myself of her, and I don't even compare myself to nobody, but I just, like, her story. Her dad is incarcerated, been incarcerated since she was little. Same thing for me. And she dedicated, like, she always just going, putting her all into her business. She stand on Milano D. Rouge, and that's how I am about my brand. Like, everybody know me when they see me. What's up, young and wealthy? So I like how she, she didn't really make a name for herself, and now she has, like, warehouse. She's a phenomenal person. If you look her up, you'll see like all the great things that she's doing. Okay. So that's one person who I really like. Tell my hat to. Okay.
That's I guess you see that connection in
Yeah.
All right, now to close out this year, what do you have for the people other than the raffle that's coming up? And when is the raffle date? When does it end?
It ends on December 27th.
Okay, 2 days after Christmas. Yeah. All right. So what do you have for the people after that to end this year off?
To end this year off, I was so it was actually supposed to be on yesterday. Okay. So it's not really going to end the year off. It's going to start the year off, but it was a part of this year's plan. Okay. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna rent out a van. That's this transportation company. Okay. That was Burton's Transit. Okay. So I know the guy, so I just wanted to support him. So I'm gonna rent out like a Sprinter, and I'm gonna have like maybe like 10 or 15 of my little cousins, my nieces and nephews, ages like 4 to 11. Okay. And I'm going to, of course, give them some Young Wealth apparel, and I'm going to take them like on a personal field trip and just, let them enjoy the day while they out of school. And then after that, I want to just go feed about 20 people. So I be wanting to do it like real big, but like I said, it's just me. So I do what I can when I can. So. Okay. So it's just you,
one woman army. I'm about to say one man army. So you don't have no plans of getting any help to help you? So I don't know. Like I don't know where I just keep going, because like if I stop and try to wait for help to come, then I'm gonna just be waiting. So I feel like eventually, like with the team of people that I have that was working on me, that do help me on certain things. Like when I had the shop, they were helping me run a shop and stuff like that. I have a virtual assistant in the Philippines, but they don't really, that don't really count, I guess. But I feel like when the time is right, God will send like a right team in for me to really like. Okay, I got like a theory with that, like with some entrepreneurs and creators. It's hard to find like help, at least close help, because at least from my perspective, you can find people, but you don't find people who, since it's your vision, you want to look for somebody who has like that same drive and vision as you. So in your partner, you will want them to see Young and Wealthy like they baby. Yeah, for real. But it's hard to find people who have the same vision as you and the same drive when it comes to your own brand. Like for me to find somebody who has like the same, I guess, consistency and dedication for like TaeVi, it'll be hard because it ain't theirs. They ain't start up from the bottom. They ain't have like the small cameras. They started off with no mics, so they just see this. But if you see the beginning where you brainstorming and stuff like that, when you was at the restaurant thinking of Young and Wealthy, it's hard to see that. So that's my theory on why people can't find people. I definitely agree though. Okay. Now, you go ahead. Finish up.
No, I feel like this upcoming year, like 2023, I have to, because I do a lot and I've done a lot, but I don't really document it. Like, I've done, like, a lot of great things. Like, even some of my events, I be so in the moment. I be so happy. I just,
the videos
I don't
and
be
pictures
having, so my goal for 2023 is just to document stuff more so that people, because people, they know what it is, but they don't really know. Like, you ask, like, you might have heard, but you don't really know. So that documentation, it'll show, like, okay, this is what the brand does. And that way, like, people will be able to gravitate to it even more. Okay. So
you ever thought about having like paying like celebrities and stuff like for your apparel, like to model your apparel and stuff? I seen you just had like a drop with your apparel that I mentioned in the DM.
I thought about it, but I haven't really. So I struggle with just finding like the right
people.
No, not the right people, the right designs. Cause like I get tired of this, but at the same time I love it. Like this is just a plain. So I have these in like red, black, all different colors. People love them, but after a while I be like, okay, I want something else.
Custom, exclusive stuff.
So I haven't really gotten like I don't know if you know D-Trail with Made in the Hood.
Oh yeah.
So he has like his logo is the ghost.
Oh yeah, my fiance got some shorts and a shirt, a couple shirts from my thing.
So my symbol is a diamond, but I haven't I love how he implement the ghost and everything. Right. So I just haven't really found a way to get creative with my designs yet. But when I do, that's when I really want to start reaching out to influencers and like paying them to.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So Young and Wealthy is the brand. $multi-million business. How far you think you are from that? I know it's hard to ask somebody that, but how far you think you off?
I'm not far from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not far from it.
All right. How has New Orleans influenced you as a person?
New Orleans just made me want to go hard, like hard. Made me want to just, like New Orleans truly, when people be like, my city made me who I am, New Orleans like honestly made me who I am because I was always like pushed to like not do what I saw. Okay. So if I would have just been in an environment to where like I just had like it was peaches and cream, like I didn't grow up in a bad environment at all, but my daddy hustled. My mama, she always kept a good job. So it's like I had, but I still had to see some things that I shouldn't have saw. So it's like if I would have just had everything laid out, maybe like grew up in Eastover and had a nice big house, I wouldn't have had the push to like I always wanted to make my own money because my daddy friends, they would come like hang out around our house. And I would like sell them, like I would make frozen cups. I would sell them like chips. And I used to have like maybe like at 8, I used to have like make like $500 a week or something. Like I just always just wanted.
You used to over tip, huh?
Yeah.
So, give you $20 for a bag of chips.
Not a week. I would say 2 weeks. I might be stretching saying a week.
Shit, that's still a lot of 8 years old.
But that just made me like if I was, a spoiled brat, I wouldn't have had to do that. I wanted to do that. So I feel like being from New Orleans, like me growing up, like where I stayed at, it was like literally, we were like the hood on this side, we stayed like the good part and then the hood again. So it's like
that makes sense. In between the New Orleans. I got a couple either ors for you. See what you prefer out of all this, about like music, movies and stuff. TV shows, a TV series, or a movie for you?
I would say a movie.
Okay. We're gonna go with this music side. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Music.
Now listen, y'all. If I blow up, Nicki and Cardi, okay?
This is just music. That's why I primarily said music only, because people be like, "Oh, you don't like." If you pick Cardi, "Oh, you don't like Nicki." Right. No, we talking about music only.
I'm about to say I love them both, but I would honestly say Nicki. She got bars.
Right.
Cardi had bars too. I love Cardi's personality. I love Nicki Minaj music. Because sometimes Nicki, like, especially in this day and age, like, she just be rubbing me the wrong way sometimes. But she probably just misunderstood. I don't know. But Cardi, she comes off as, like, this bubbly individual, you know.
Like somebody you see every day next to you.
Right.
Okay.
I like Nicki music.
You like R&B or rap more? Which one in your playlist?
Definitely rap, unless I'm, like, in my feelings or something, and I'll put on some R&B.
Okay. Music you listening to Drake or Kanye?
Drake.
All the way, huh? Yeah. Lil Durk or Lil Baby?
Ooh, Lil Baby has recently just become one of my new favorites.
Okay.
So both of them. Like, they both on my title stream. I stream them both the most. So
okay.
Can't even pick.
Date night or staying in?
Date night.
Okay. Bowling or the skating ring?
The skating ring.
California or New York?
New York.
Okay. That's a wrap for the either or. You got any last thing you want to say for the people?
I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on your podcast, your platform. And I just want to encourage all entrepreneurs, if you're an upcoming entrepreneur, keep going, set your goals, set your standards, set your price. My price is my price, like his shirt said.
You hear me?
And you really got to believe in yourself if, like, nobody else do. And it's going to be some times to where you feel like giving up. I think I'm finally past that stage to where, like, I'm going to give up. But I've been there to where I just was like, you know what? I got to go get a job in my field. I got to do something. Okay. But that's not what I want to do. So do what you want to do. Follow your dreams and just be the best you. You know, this is a journey that we're on. So make it the best. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. Just live your life and just, like, do a good job at doing it. Be kind to people. You never know what the next person is going through. And just, like, I don't know, run it up. I guess everybody eats.
Facts. TaeVi's podcast. This is going to be one of the last episodes of this year.
Oh, okay.
Once again, Larry L. Mitchell. And how you got the nickname LALA before we get out of here?
My mom and them started calling me that when I was little.
And it stuck.
Yeah, with them, I guess.
Okay, but TaeVi's podcast, LALA everybody, Larry L. Mitchell, owner Young and Wealthy, and we out.